Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us. As above, so below. We are definitely talking about Mars energy. Today, we appreciate each and every one of you guys for being a part of our live. To all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, whether you're a mystic or you're Ajay, whether you are Kabbalist, whether you are a shaman, whether you are a Eastern Star or a Mason. This is the platform for you. I teach universal laws on my platform, and it is there for especially for Christian people that want to practice the ATR and they want to be able to venerate their ancestors, want to work with Orishas, Loas, and Pungos, whether you want to deal with celestial extraterrestrial spirits. This is the platform for you because universal laws apply to each and every one of us. Frequency, vibration, and energy. And this is something I love, and this is something that I enjoy. I want to say first of all, hello and salutations, Medifun, to my Madrina and to my Padrinos, my brothers and sisters in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, and Congo. What's up there? Y'all chiming in a little bit fast. Mama Susan, Monique 444, Triranda, Aries, Natasha Foster, and Marley Rogers. What's up there, babes? How y'all doing on this fine day? They came in so fast, I don't know. I hope I ain't forgetting nobody. I want to say this. If this is your first time in my live, my name is Apostle Ely. I'm the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. My beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs, African tradition. I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries. My rising sign is Pisces. What's up there, Chastity, my Leo in the house? Now, when you come to my platform, when you watch my videos, sir and ma'am, do yourself a delightful favor. Remember, I do not tell myself the lies you tell yourself. When you come on my platform, you're going to get the truth. You're going to get the real. Okay? When you come to my platform, remember, I don't have your issues. I'm not trying to be validated. So I'm not going to put on an air. So when you live like that and you come on a platform like this and you practice a certain ATRs and you no different than a Christian putting on front, people in EFA put on front, Voodoo, it's a lot of fronting going on out here. What's up there, my baby Scorpio? Keisha in the house. Then we got Karen O'Brien. What's up, my Gemini with them love hearts? I see you over there putting that little extra in there. I got you. Okay. And I want to tell y'all the reason why I'm prefacing this because I want to teach something today that if you take the wisdom, and that is an if, y'all know I believe in people making their own decisions, it is going to help your life not only spiritually, but it's going to help your life economically. It's going to help your life in relationships, whether it's a family, whether it's business partners, whether it's being a good side piece. You will change your, and guess what? It would de-stress a lot of stuff what I'm going to talk about today. But the only way that I can talk about this, I have to be able to have a platform where I can be honest. And I don't think TikTok is going to allow me to be honest as I need to be on today. And this would seem to be something very simple that I should be able to discuss. But there's too many people out here doing it. So therefore, and they were raised doing it. They were taught by their mother, their father, their grandmother. And so therefore, it has gotten to a place where they don't see it. But this is what is going to really help us, especially if you want to do real conjure. You don't want to waste a lot of your ashe chi and spell work and craft on a bunch of foolishness. This is going to be a good live for you. I want to say to my Christian buddies, before you start your tomfoolery, y'all know I got my new cards. These are the cards that I read from. These are the 72 names of God, technology of the soul. I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. Now, this is a grown-up conversation. This is somebody that has been practicing in different various ATRs and mastering my craft. I just ain't out here trying some things. You understand? I'm not out here just reading a couple books and coming up with me a couple concoction and calling myself a spiritualist. I didn't graduate from nobody class and became spiritual. Okay, before I joined their class, I was spiritual. When I passed their class with an A, I still was spiritual. I just got me some information. I understood that my spirituality was not going to be fashioned or empowered because I sat in somebody's class. I needed some information through somebody who had experience, or I sat up on an elder that I allowed to father me or mother me. Okay, I'm not out here learning outside looking in. Okay, for a lot of you guys that refuse to sit up under any type of eldership, any type of coaching or guidance, this is a different format because I am an individual that I was trained. I'm an individual I have moral compass. I'm an individual that just because I can do almost anything don't mean I do anything. Okay, I'm an individual that I am not for sale. I give a little bit away, but I ain't for sale. You understand? So you have to consider that when you're listening to us teach on these platforms. When you are out here trying to grow and develop, you have to make a conscious decision of what type of person you are, what type of workings that you're going to be into. There are certain people out here that let you know they do anything from killing babies. They don't have certain things. And this ain't got nothing to do with my Christian beliefs. This has a lot to do with my own moral compass. What I'm comfortable with. That's the way I was raised. I do magic based on where my heart is. If I'm comfortable with it, you might be totally against it. I don't really care. But if I'm not comfortable doing certain things because of how I feel within my own spirit, then I'm not going to do that. It ain't got nothing to do with how I was raised. It had nothing to do with, like I said, my Christian belief. But these are certain concepts that I have to be true to myself when it comes down to practicing magic. Okay? Now, I need to say that before I say this. Medifunoia. My crowning process is going really good. I ain't gonna lie, frustrated, aggravated about certain things, but for the most part, it's going good. Getting ready to get certain things in motion. But let me say this to y'all. Please take this. I don't care if you're beginning, I don't care if you're intermediate, I don't care if you're advanced. Take this from somebody that lives this lifestyle. I did not get into this because I was trying to save my soul. This is something I was born to do. I am authentically proven by other practitioners, other divination, that this is what I'm chosen to do, and this is what I need y'all to really hear me. I'm trying to brace you. Take some notes, if you will. I'm going to first start with 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter. My subject is nothing compares to you. What's up, my Boaz? Let me tell you something, Bo. On my way to work, back to work. All right. But thank you so much for that beautiful comment. I did post that on my wall. I appreciate you so much. Nothing compares to you. Now, I'm going to share this why this is important. In conjure, in any everyday life. This is why I say universal. It applies whether you're going to practice, ain't going to practice. It affects us all, okay? Now, nothing compares to you. It first starts off verse 11 through 15. It said, let such an one think this, that such as we are in the word by the letters when we are absent, such will be also in the deed when we are present. For we dare not, listen to this part of verse 12, we dare not to make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. But they, measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves, are not wise. Pastor, what are you talking about? I don't fool with Christianity. Let me explain something to you. A lot of you guys are missing out on the promises of God or your ancestors because you have learned that it is more important when you get up in the morning, compare yourself not only with your neighbor, but with family members. How mama loved this one, or how daddy loved. Let me explain something to you. When I mean nothing compares to you, if you don't start appreciating what you bring to the table, no matter what setting you're in, you're going to find yourself off your destiny road. You're going to find yourself messing up relationships. You're going to find yourself in arguments that have nothing to do with the person, but because you are comparing yourself and feeling like you deserve something, or you feel like you're not getting something because you are out here because you learned this behavior. This ain't something you born with. This is something you were taught. And this is something you watch as an exhibit. And therefore it has affected your self-esteem. It has affected how you perceive yourself. And it also has affected how you move and you operate in this thing called life. Let me talk to you. First of all, they say it's not wise to do it. Y'all know I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm all about the wisdom. So I'm going to tell you something, because you're not going to be honest about yourself. So I'm going to be honest for you, so you can get you some help on today. As above, so below. On this Tuesday, on today, you're going to get some help, because I'm telling you, people weaponize these tools, and a lot of us fall into them because we don't value ourselves, okay? It's just the truth. Verse 13 says, but we will not boast of things without our measure. In other words, a lot of complication, because people out here writing checks that they behind can't cap. Let me explain something to you. Y'all know I got a thing for Whitney Houston, right? I'm not going to go around here boasting about Whitney Houston when Whitney Houston don't even know I exist. She have lived and died and don't even know I exist. Some of y'all out here getting in arguments over people, places, and things that these people don't even know you exist. Some of y'all out here getting into trouble about stuff that you can't change even if you could. It don't change nothing by... I want us to understand how ridiculous, how unwise, how immature that even in the ATRs, the reason why you can't out here help people because you too busy comparing yourself to somebody. The reason why you can't maintain your relationship because you too busy comparing your relationship to somebody else's relationship. And now I know that you're not going to tell the truth about it. I know that your husband don't know today that he's not your cup of tea. You understand? Because he can't be your cup of tea because you too busy comparing him to the man that dogged you out and walked off from you. You understand? See, you don't have enough. See, you don't have enough sense not to compare somebody that's good to you to somebody that ain't been good to you. Okay, we're going to talk about it on today. I told you this for grown folks, huh? We're going to step to the line, huh? I don't care how much of a better lover she wasn't good to you. So don't compare me to... Okay, all right. And it says, but we will not boast of things without our measure, but according to the measure of the rule which God has distributed to us, and a measure to reach even unto the... Now, the reason why I talk about this all the time, when you're looking at people, you're comparing, you don't know their measure. You don't know their destiny. You don't know the measure of grace. You feel like certain people should suffer certain things. You feel like certain people should go through certain things because you don't know their measure of grace that God has given you. You don't know how much mercy God... Yeah, he said he give us daily mercy, but you don't know how much mercy he has dispensed out. And therefore, you feel like certain people shouldn't be getting certain things. You feel like because you think you know somebody's business, that there's certain outcomes that shouldn't be happening in their life. And baby, that's because you don't know the measure by which God gave goodness and mercy. You don't know the measure by which God has given them grace. Because he said, my grace is sufficient. But you don't know how much sufficiency God done put on their life. And it ain't none of your business. But the reason why you can't do you, because you too busy out here comparing yourself to other people. And you shouldn't be out here comparing yourself to nobody. Because we are individuals. That's the whole purpose of having 2,000 years of the Aquarius. 2,000 years. You can't even speak in tongue in peace for comparing your tongues to somebody else. You think your tongues are more powerful because you loud. I'm loud whether I'm speaking in tongue, whether I'm making love. That's just what I do. Come on here, somebody. Stop comparing your measure of your anointing by how loud you are instead of comparing your anointing by how much manifestation going on in your life. Come on here, somebody. Now let's go. He said, you have not. So we should not be boasting in things outside of measure. How do you know why that man or woman able to do what they're doing? You don't know. But you're sitting there in ignorance Comparing yourself and saying you should be where they are. Let me explain it to you like this. Donald Trump, ex-President Donald Trump, grandkids, that's still babies, got more money than Apostle Ely. Why would I feel less than an individual when we don't have the same setup? See, when you don't do the right math, you'll be out here putting yourself in categories. Listen, a lot of y'all frustrated right now because you ain't going to tell the truth. You're frustrated in your relationship because you're too busy comparing your relationship and your situation with other people. And you don't know the setup. You don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. All you know is that you think that they're in a better space than you are, huh? You think that they don't have the issues that you have. You don't, and at certain, ma'am, let me tell you, it still ain't none of your damn business. Because why does it make you feel better or feel bad based on what somebody else got going on, when that ain't got nothing to do with you? Right now, you're feeling less than because you're too busy comparing yourself to people that you don't even know the math that set up their life. You don't even know the space that God had placed them in. Let me explain something. See, on today, I'm going to do something for you that you will not do for yourself. I'm going to tell the truth on us. I'm going to tell you why you can't do right by you. Because you're too busy operating in numbers that don't belong to you. You're out here trying to do things that you were not set up to do. Instead of you, that's when people say stay in your lane. Let me bring clarity. You can't stay in your lane because you're too busy comparing. Your vehicle size to my vehicle size. You're too busy because that lane, let me tell y'all something. An 18-wheeler got enough space to drive by you in a lane. And you don't drive an 18-wheeler in your life. And you act like you can't stay in your lane. If an 18-wheeler can stay in its lane, then you with that Chevette, that Toyota, with that hoopty, with that bicycle or them skates, you can stay in your lane. But the reason why you can't, because you won't do proper math. You won't tell yourself the truth because you're too busy comparing yourself to other people, places, and things. I'm just going to help you today, and I'm going to tell you why you can't use your gifts correctly. Because you always trying to outdo somebody. Our people, we don't know. What's up there, Unveiling Ann? What's up? Much love, Pisces in the house. It's okay. It's okay. You can't even love your own breasts. You can't love your own lips. You can't love your own hands. You can't unlove your own skin color. You can't love the teeth you got because you always comparing yourself and what. Let me tell you something, huh? A good kiss does have nothing to do with how long your tongue is. Huh? A good lover ain't got nothing to do with how long your Haagen-Dazs sausage is. Huh? The reason why you can't enjoy this thing called life, because you can't get out the head space. Because your mama taught you. Your daddy taught you. It's all about you trying to outdo somebody. You can't be nobody's cousin because you're too busy comparing. You can't be nobody's sister because you're too busy comparing. You can't be nobody's friend because you're too busy comparing. You can't even stay in your position on the job 2 days away from getting promoted, but you so busy talking about they would, if it was the other person, they would have already promoted them. You about to mess up with God, and you've been praying for a long time because you, sir, you, ma'am, don't know how to start comparing yourself to other people. Guess what? You might not want to know what it took for that man and woman to get where they at. And the truth of the matter is, most people ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna go on because we ain't gonna be doing. What's up there? Ronicia in the house. Yes, baby. Now, let Apostle go on because we're going to stop all this lying and talking about the devil. We're going to stop it. Verse 14. Listen to this thing right here got me. For we stretch not ourselves beyond our measure. How many people right now got stretch marks because they always operate beyond what they have the capacity? Huh? Think about it. Why you got stretch marks? You got spiritual stretch marks in your mouth because you always putting your word beyond your measure. You got spiritual, you got stretch marks on your hands because you always putting your hands on stuff that's too hot for you to handle. You understand? You got stretch marks on your feet because you always stepping in situations and circumstances that you don't have the grounds to hold down. You understand? See, nobody gonna tell you the truth because they're so busy worried about you running off with your couple dollars. But on today, even though I know God gonna make a way for him, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The reason why you cannot maintain your, because you got stretch marks, baby. You got stretch marks because you always overextending yourself. You know you can't afford to do some of the things you're doing. You know you can't afford to say some of the things you say. You can't even afford to tell nobody to kiss your ass, huh? You ain't got enough toilet paper to clean or wash your ass, so you shouldn't be telling nobody to kiss that ass of yours. You understand? I'm going to help you on today. All of this talking about who you don't need, baby, you are stretching beyond your measure. Not only do you need them, you need their family members and you need their friends. Not only do you need them, you need a piece of them. You understand all this line about, because you won't tell the truth about where you really are in life. That's what allows you to talk the way you talk. Because if you were operating in your measure, you wouldn't be saying that. If you was operating in your measure, you, ma'am, sir, you wouldn't be doing that. A lot of you would stay up under people and get the proper growth and the development that is necessary for you to function out in this thing called life. If you was not operating outside of measure, huh? Oh, I'm a man just like he a man. I'm a girl, huh? Huh? Let me tell you something. I don't know about you, but I got constipated before. And I felt like I was passing the brick. I thought I was going to die. Constipation ain't nothing to play with. So I already knew I wasn't going to never be no woman and I wasn't going to never be no bottom. I can't take it. See, there's certain things in your life you go through, you find your measure. Because sometimes, yes, we all done been in a place because we thought, and then we have certain experiences, and then you don't have to go through something to realize that ain't for me. I can't do that. That gonna do something to me. See, a part of being a Sagittarius is telling the truth. Being real about what's really going on. Walking in the reality. You want to walk around and act like you don't see what you see. You are stretching your relationship. You're stressing your husband out. You're stressing your wife out. You out here stressing your members out because you're so busy comparing your ministry to somebody else's ministry. And now you got these people spending and doing stuff that they cannot afford to do. I would never ask. I am a boy, Damon. I would never ask, and God's spirit of answer will ask you outside of your capacity. Because I don't want nobody asking me outside of my capacity. Huh? See, a part of maturity and a part of growth is to understand how things really work. And if you are willing to take out the time, if you are willing to really listen, if you are really to understand, and there's nothing to compare to me. You have no business on God's green earth, no matter what your ATR is, no matter where you are, to be comparing yourself by other people because you don't have their figures. You don't have their setup. You don't have their ancestors. You don't have their experiences. So how can you really run their race when you can't? I can't do what my grandmother did. I can't do what my mother did. I can't do what my father did. But what I can do, I can do what Apostle Ely Jr. can do. I can't even do what Samuel Lee Sr. can do. But I can do me. Huh? I can be inspired by you. I can be encouraged by you. I can be assisted by you. But I can only run my race. Apostle Ely, can only run my way. I'm going to have you tell the truth. Huh? It's nothing wrong, sir. It's nothing wrong, ma'am, admitting you have bit off more than you can chew. You're walking around here, your jaws are full. Everybody know that you're choking. And you still want us to believe that you can swallow what you bit into. And the truth is you can't. You ain't got a deep throat. You can't swallow it, honey. You can't swallow it, sir. You're not going to be you're going to end up losing your life, gagging or suffocating because you done bit off more than you chew and you ain't man enough or woman enough to spit it out. Spit it out. You bit off more than you can chew. It's okay. Back up. Take 2 steps back, regroup, readjust. Reposition yourself. See, they're not going to tell you that. Huh? And they're going to sit there and watch you and film you on Facebook and laugh at you while you bring yourself to utter destruction. Out of ignorance. I've never seen so many people in relationships always comparing themselves to other people. I don't care who you been with. Huh? I find my space in your life and I grow. I work on Ely in your life. I don't care if it's... That's why practitioners out here pulling the monkey stuff that they're pulling. That's why a lot of people are not developing. Because you can't help somebody because you too busy comparing your growth, what you think that you got the power. Let me tell y'all something. Just like in the church, these people are power hungry and they looking for fame. They're doing the same thing in ATR. I don't care how humble they try to act, that the reason why they cannot behave over a long period of time with people, places, and things, because you're in competition. Huh? The main one talking about, I ain't in competition with nobody. Yes, you will. Because you always getting into it with people. People you're not in competition, then why you raise? I remember my eldest son on here. And my son, I run. My son like to run too. So he was telling me about this story that he was at school. And this other boy was really fast, right? So I don't know what was going on, but they ended up in the hallway and going somewhere. And so, you know, they started the running, right? So my son said, because my son's a sore loser. I hate to lose, but my son is a sore loser. My cancer sore loser. So he went to running. So he said when he realized that he wasn't going to beat the boy, he stopped running and act like he wasn't racing him. You know what I'm saying? That's how some of y'all are. You are out here secretly competing and running races with people that don't even know that they're in a race with you. And when you realize that you cannot measure up to that man or that woman, then you peel off and act like you were never in competition. But the truth is, every move you made, every decision you made, every word you spoke, everything you bought had to do with you watching somebody else run that race. They race. Go ahead and get your soul clear on today. If you want to do some real Mars work, you want to destroy some yokes in your life, be clear. The reason why you had that baby because you were competing with that other woman. There's a lot of children on here that can't get no love because the only reason why they exist because their mama was competing with that other woman. That's the only reason why that child is there. Huh? And that child can no longer serve purpose. Huh? Because that woman gone and that man gone. There are people out here who will play with your life and be out here making moves. There are men out here because they compete with another man will sleep with you even they don't want with you. They so busy trying to spite and compete with that other man. This ain't got nothing to do with gay, straight, or bi. This life, y'all. Universally, if you watch us in the ATR, if you watch us on social media, you can see who is clearly in the running. Huh? We out here running. You out here bypassing opportunities. You out here missing out on things that your ancestors are working hard for you to get. All because you're too busy comparing. Your time ain't their time. Well, if Apostle Ely can do it, I can do it. Who said? You have no idea what all I have been through. And guess what? None of us are really going to tell you that. I have people right now got a problem. Let me explain it to you so you can understand. I got people out here fighting me about my crowning, about how I'm running a church. I don't run a Botanica. I don't run an Ely. I'm not doing any of what they're doing. And because I acknowledge that I operate in a particular faith, they keep comparing how they came up the ranks to me when we're not the same person. I am a pastor of a church. I'm an apostle of a church. And I am opening my platform and my ministry to the ATRs. I'm not even selling products like they are selling. Because that's not my agenda. I didn't even get into this for the reason you are into it. Why are you comparing yourself to me? Why are you comparing why it's going the direction that it's going? Why? Because you learned that bad behavior from your parents. whether it's your natural parents or your spiritual parents. There are people right now being hurt and neglected because you can't focus on your job because you're too busy comparing and competing with somebody. I got 3 boys, and they're none alike. They're similar, but they're not alike. Let me go ahead and break it down to you. Compare means to estimate, to measure, or to note similarities or dissimilarities between. Let me go up. Let me get on because we're not going to keep on lying. I'm going to read it 14 again. For we stretch not ourselves beyond our measure as though we reach not unto you. For we are come as far as to you as in preaching the gospel or the good news of Christ. Listen at this, verse 15. Not boasting of things without our measure, that is, of those men's labor, and having hope within your faith is increased, that we may enlarge by you according to our rule abundantly. Now, you heard Apostle Ely testify, or you heard other people testify that Apostle Ely brought people back from the dead. And because you feel like you've been in this thing longer than me, now you're going to fabricate you a testimony. I'm telling y'all, this is what's going on. The reason why some of you guys are disappointed out here, because guess what? If somebody started in hoodoo yesterday and that's their gift, they're going to manifest. I don't care how long you've been practicing hoodoo. If God has given them a gift to do resurrect, baby, they can just start and they're going to supersede, because that's not your department. If you would do hoodoo the way God has created you to do hoodoo and not be comparing yourself to other people in hoodoo, you could do so much better. You could help others and yourself so much better. But you can't do that because you feel like because you in voodoo and that's the way the Lords work with you, that's how he or she got to work with everybody. And we all know that's not true. We know that in Obeah, every Obeah man and every Obeah woman, I don't care if you got the same stick. I don't care if you got the same staff. I don't care if you have the same type of pot. It is not going to manifest the same way because we are not the same. Just because you got an Ogun pot don't mean your Ogun going to work like my Ogun. Your iron ain't my iron. Huh? There's ancestries that's going to change those mathematics. See, compare means you got to get the numbers right. That's why astrology is so important, that when you were born as a Cancer versus how this other person was born as a Cancer, how this person was born as a Sagittarius, and the numbers and all that matters, because that's what creates the energy. This is why we have what we call recipes, because it say 1.5 cups of water, not 2 cups, not a 1 cup. It say water, not milk. See, once you start changing things, you change the whole outcome. That's what you don't understand. The whole thing about being an Aquarius is your individuality. But you can't be an individual and you can't walk out here and say nothing to be compared to you when that's all you do is compare you to other people. Why do you feel less than or more than if you wasn't comparing? I'm going to say it again. Why is it that your self-esteem goes up and down if you want comparing? If you want comparing your economics, if you want comparing your mental status, what's up there, Neeson? Instead of you playing your part, instead of you doing what is going to help us overall, you can't do that. Because the people that you done been around have taught you bad behavior. Huh? You comparing, you done caught the attitude with me as a spiritualist, because you comparing me as a spiritualist, how I function with the ones that you done been with in the past. Ain't that the same thing we do in relationships? It don't matter what the relationship is. You won't deal with people as individuals, and you're going to struggle, because you're going to go out here making every man and woman the same. You're going to have, that's why you can't value people, because you don't value their individuality. See, I can recognize that even if I'm mistreated by one person, then I get around another person, I can recognize that that person is not behaving with me like that. So therefore, they don't deserve that type of treatment. But you don't know how to do that because you think all men are dogs. It doesn't matter what we represent, what we do, how we accomplish, gay, straight, or bi. You're going to still treat us all the same. But you don't want to be compared to no other woman. Who taught you that hypocrisy? What was going on in your mother's quiver? What was going on in your father's quiver that you have become a competitor with everything? You can't even give people acknowledgement of their accomplishment because you were so busy. You're such a hater, but they don't know you're a hater because you've been secretly competing with them because, oh, mama going to do that for you anyway because you were her favorite. I'm going to wait for it. If nobody else help you try to grow up, if nobody else get on this live and tell you why you can't do right by people, no matter how much God bless you, no matter how much ancestor bless you, if you get out of all of your problems today, I mean, if God zero out all your debt today, you, ma'am, you, sir, are going to create more problems because you're not going to stay in your lane and you're going to still compare. If you had the opportunity Donald Trump had, if you had the opportunities that I had, if you, anybody that you're competing with right now, if they were no longer on planet Earth, you still would be out here finding somebody else to compete with. Because you don't know how to exist outside of competing with somebody. You can't even eat in peace in your table for looking over what somebody got on their plate. You can't even swallow. I know you're not going to say it. Huh? The reason why you didn't show up to your sister's birthday party is because you're in competition with her. So you're going to come up with a reason whether she did something or said something or not because you're competing. What's up, Lydia? You can't celebrate. Let me tell y'all something. You can't celebrate somebody you are competing with because they have become your standard. And you can't invest in them because you're trying to outdo them. Think about this. I'm going to help you on today. All right, Monique on her way to all right, go get her, girl. Go get that cancer. Go get it. Think about this. If I'm using my magic and energy follow thought, and I'm in hoodoo, I'm in voodoo, and I am constantly out here trying to outdo other people's numbers. I'm out here trying to outdo people for godchildren because that in my head makes me important. There's no way that I could do my job by my godchildren because it's not about my godchildren. Baby, don't worry about being late. Better late than never, as they say. We got replay over here. Think about where I'm coming from. How can I serve you as a spiritualist when it's more important for me to be outdoing other spiritualists than actually manifesting for the people that I'm supposed to be out here serving? See, I'm going to wait till you come to the conclusion why you can't be nobody wife, why you can't be nobody husband, why you can't be nobody employer, why you can't be nobody businessman, why you can't be nobody's tata or mumbo. It ain't got nothing to do with your gift. You, sir and ma'am, spend too much time of your existence competing and comparing yourself and operating outside your measure. Because you can't develop in your proper cycle because you're too busy competing. And God forbid if they advance before you do, now you feel like you got to become a pastor now. Oh, I done got crowned. Oh, now all of a sudden you got to get crowned. This is how you find out other people competing with you. I heard somebody say, oh, he only started doing LK when I did. What? See, when you start listening to stuff, these are the people that are comparing themselves to you. They're comparing themselves to what's going on in your life. This is why I have certain people in my church cannot really support the ministry because you're too busy trying to outdo and have more than the pastor. You're too busy trying to be on my level. You're not trying to fit in and be a part of the body and the tribe. You're too busy trying to outdo Apostle Ely to actually help what's really going on in Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. See, you can't really get to the next level of your marriage because you're too busy out trying to outdo your husband or your wife. So there's no way that you can actually support and be there for somebody that you're trying to outdo. You're trying to be more man than he is. You're trying to be more woman than she is. You can't be a good gay man. You can't be a good gay woman because you're too busy trying to outlick and outsuck everybody. That's because you can't stay in a relationship because you're too busy competing. You're trying to find the next ding-a-ling, the next vagina. So it doesn't matter what the person's contributing to your life or could contribute to your life. It's irrelevant because you're too busy competing with the next club. Huh? You can't even enjoy the last pair of breeches you bought because you're too busy trying to find the next breeches to wear. I'll wait. Let's get grown. Let's get grown. Why you can't do right by people? Why you not gonna do right by people? Not the way you wear that red. I can't do that. Huh? Think about it. This has nothing to do with being inspired. Inspiration has nothing to do with that. The reason why you envy people because you don't know the math. It bothers you that you don't understand how they're making it. Ain't got nothing to do with you. You wouldn't be a blessing if God asked you. If the ancestors asked you. Some of you right now, you can't do right by the person that you're supposed to be serving for trying to compete with the person next to him. Let's talk about it. Huh? You can't be a good brother-in-law to your sister-in-law because you're too busy competing with your brother. You can't even be there for your brother because you're too busy trying to outdo and feel like you more man than your brother. So therefore, there's no way that you can actually do right by him. Or do right by her, because the competition. That's not. It has nothing to do with the events that are in your life. I'm telling you why mothers, fathers, brother, sister, tata, mumbo, you cannot celebrate nobody that you competing with, because that means you're gonna help them outdo you, and you're not gonna do that. The only people that can really support me or I can support is people I know I'm not in competition with. And you can't be in friends with somebody or be in a relationship with somebody that's competing with you. And I realized in my relationship, it was about them being more anointed than me. That's a competition. You can't build a life with somebody that's trying to be more anointed than you. Trying to be more spiritual than you. Trying to outdo your testimony. Huh? You raise one duck, they raise 17 chickens. You talking about what you've been through when you were 2 years old, they talk about what they've been through when there was an embryo. Because they're going to outdo your drama. They're going to outdo your story. I don't care how real, how genuine you trying to be with people. When people in competition, they're going to mess up what is really going on. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all, if y'all listen to me, you can answer a whole lot of your questions. You can answer a whole lot of your questions why certain things went down the way they went down. Facts. I've seen mothers competing with their daughters and fake friends competing with each other. Shit is crazy. It's the truth, Natasha. The reason why you can give an offering for your daughter because you are not in competition. The reason why I can turn around and say I want my sons to be better men than me because I'm not in competition with my son. See, when you can't help an individual advance in life, you got to ask yourself where that really coming from. See, I'm going to help you on today on Tuesday to walk in real power and vitality and virtue. Why I gave $2 when I knew I could have gave 100. Because some people are going to help you barely because they don't want to say they didn't help. But they never will. They're never going to do what they have the capacity of doing. Imagine if your heart operated like that. Imagine if your lungs operated like that. Imagine if your kidneys operated like that. Think about how people really operated. And think about if your body functioned like that. How many strokes you would have had. How many heart attacks you would have had. Because your heart said, I'm not going to give 100. Because your lungs say, I'm not going to give 100. But you want God, ancestors, and everybody to be 100 with you, but you ain't. When was the last time you were 100 with anybody? Dang it. Be a lot of dead. Exactly, Shamari. So once again, what are we practicing? So what are we conjuring? What are we bringing after our own kind? You can't help who you're competing with. Arguments, disharmony, because you are comparing by estimating and measurements. You do not know or may never know. How many arguments, how much disharmony that exists right now, all because you sitting there already failed basic math, but you trying to figure out why somebody else getting that kind of grace, why somebody else getting that kind of mercy, why somebody else getting that kind of help. You won't do what's in your heart, what God has purposed in your own heart, because you got a problem with who I'm helping. You're going to hurt me because you got a problem with who I'm helping. You're going to hurt your sister because you got a problem with who she loves. And you're trying to justify your bad behavior when it's really coming from a different place. I'll wait. I'm going to give you this for free. Because if nobody else make you open your eyes to why we struggle the way we struggle, no matter how powerful these ATRs is, why we take so long to accomplish certain things, how can you possibly pour into me when you're too busy pouring into yourself trying to get past me? Because you don't see the benefit of helping me to help you. See, I see the benefit of helping my padrino or my madrina or my pastors or my leaders or my elders or my mother. I see the benefit in that. I see the benefit in pouring into people. Because I always know that helping them really helps myself. The person you help today is the person that helps you tomorrow. Energy out, energy in. You want to know what real spell work is? Stop trying to make like that stuff. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why you give that woman so much power, because you don't really feel the way that you want everybody else to think you feel about yourself. I've never walked in an orgy worrying about somebody else's prick. I'm there to get me. Is this woman going to go to this man? Is this woman going to... You can't enjoy what God got for you for watching the other bulls and the pastor. I'm worried that people will forget about me or turn on me if I'm not special enough. I think that's what, like, start asking yourself why I can't. It's not because you can't, but why I can't let myself do right by other people. I was telling Mother Susan today, I was talking about it yesterday too, but I told her, I say, this padrino that I'm with now, and I got different padrinos in Palo and different other ATRs, but I know that I said, he has a good heart. See, when you love people, and if you're going to really practice it, you're going to get hurt. I'm not saying other people don't get hurt, but people that have their heart into these things, they're going to get hurt because they're going to always trying to help people. And people are going to take their kindness as a weakness. People are going to be so busy comparing themselves. See, you can't even validate and honor your own padrino, your own tata, your own husband, your own wife, because you're too busy praising a frog in another pond. You're too busy trying to make them feel less than about somebody that don't even got it for you. This message sounds like what was going on in Africa when the tribe was selling each other to the colonizer. And it's still going on today. We sell each other out. We ain't even selling out for slavery. We selling out just for attention. We selling each other out just for somebody to say, I'm a tata. Huh? You'll go and sit in a house with one chair, one plate, and a half a spoon to claim that you doing it before you will bunk up with your brother or your sister so y'all can actually have something and build up to be able to actually afford and own something. You too busy out here competing. Let me explain something to you. I'm going to break it down the way the Virgo broke it down to me. A raggedy car beats sporty walking. Let me break that down to you. You can be driving a $200 car and they can be wearing $1,600 shoes. You still in a better position. Huh? Somebody living in an apartment cannot talk to me about living in a home. Somebody that is renting cannot compete with somebody that owns. Somebody that's trying to get to a place cannot compete with somebody that has already left that place. See, nobody being real with you. The reason why you are ridiculous, because you don't know you're ridiculous. Huh? You the side piece. She already got the name. You trying to get where she at. There is no competition. See, if nobody explains to you, you think you're doing something. Huh? You're licking behind her. Huh? You're sticking behind him, not in front of him. You got sloppy seconds, thirds, maybe even fifths or sixths, depending on the individual. See, when you understand the math, you stop putting your chest out there. You stop acting crazy. You start realizing, hey, I'm not his first. I'm not her first. Some of y'all act like I just showed up yesterday. Some of y'all act like I just got my first $1,000 when I've had people give me $35,000 at one time. And that was early in my ministry. But that's because you're comparing how you're dealing with other people, places, and things with me. And that's incorrect on your behalf. You don't know the math. My mom used to give strangers the coat off her back and the socks off her feet. Giving people is in me. She's just smarter with it. You can't lose. Let me tell y'all something. Until we start telling the truth of why we move the way, because that's what Mars is. Tell the truth why you move the way you move. Whether you step back or you step forward. You did that for a reason. And it ain't for the reason you telling people. So I'm going to help you today to come to the conclusion why you really do it. You could take them people. That's why the Bible says, why would I pray for you to be filled when I got food? I got food in my refrigerator to give you. Why would I take you through a 12-step course when I can heal you? Make it make sense. Nothing compares to you. You are distinctly an individual, and it was meant for you to be an individual. I don't care what ATR you get in. You are not supposed to be like any other. And you should not want to be like any other. Because therefore, if there's a carbon copy, that means there's no real value to you, because you can be replaced. But you cannot replace me when I am authentically who I am. But you can replace me when I'm a carbon copy of somebody else. Are you hearing me? The greatest thing and the greatest justice you can do for yourself is to get out of the line of comparing. And be the best wife or husband you can be in your relationship. Be the best sister or brother in your relationship. Be the best Tata, Hugon, or Bokor in your particular and respective tradition. The reason why you out here throwing witchcraft at people is not because everybody bothering you. You throwing witchcraft and sorcery at other people because you're competing with them. And the more I keep advancing and the more I keep expounding, and you already said what I ain't and what I ain't going to accomplish, you got to keep throwing at me, because you can't let your godchildren see that you were lying. You can't afford for your elate to understand that you were jealous and envious of what God has given me. Because, baby, I am an individual, and I take great pride in it. That's why you will hear me say periodically, I am not my mother, look like her, and I'm not my father, damn sure look like him. I ain't neither one of them. I'm me. I'm Eli. And I mean that. If you don't take no pride after the day of being individual, when you my friend, you my friend, all thought and all. If you my son, I don't want Trey to be like Josh, and they similar. Elijah distinct. I can respect that. 2023, respect people individuality and see how much better your life is. When you get into the practice of hoodoo, respect your individuality that you bring to the table. They want to see you do you. They don't want to see you reproduce them. Out of all Elijah had, Elisha had the mantle of Elijah. He still did those miracles different. Is you, boo. We want you. We want Natasha Foster. We want Shamari. We want Karen O'Brien. We want Trey Ruffin. We want Minister Mario Crown Chosen. We want Mother Susan. We want Monique 444. We want Keith. We want Sister Jackie. We don't want, I don't want nobody. I want you. I want you as the individual. Huh? Huh? I want to hear your dry jokes. Huh? I want to see the way you do it. I want your moon pie. I like the way you back it up. I like the way you deep throat. I want you as an individual. Huh? I want my grapes to be grapes. I want my strawberries to be strawberry. I want my pears to be pears. Is anybody hearing me? On today, I want you to be proud of your energy. Somebody, if you don't mind typing individuality. Individuality. That's power. Then you won't be running around here thinking that God won't provide for you. Because you will understand that you distinctly bring something to the table. And therefore you'll take your classes seriously. You'll take your advancement. You'll take your challenges more seriously. Because you know that you are developing to be something that this world needs as an individual. Thank you. Somebody type in individuality. Because we need to bring this home today. So when I burn incense for you as an individual, when I conjure for you as an individual, when I pray for you as an individual, when I love you as an individual, when I tell you to kiss my ass as an individual, when I rebuke you as an individual, it's individuality. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I hope that when you come on my platform, you looking for Apostle Ely. I hope you ain't coming on my platform trying to see if I'm going to remind you of somebody else. This ain't Usher. You remind me. This more like Michael Jackson. Do you remember the time? Yes. I'm that individual. When I come into Hoodoo, I come as an individual. I want my madrina and my padrino look at me and say, oh, that's my son right there. When they pour into me, they're going to see me. They're going to see their works. They're going to see their labor. They're going to see their sacrifice. But they're going to definitely see me. And they're going to love me for me. I want you to be loved for you. But all these faking moves, all this that you can't do right by people because you're too busy comparing yourself. There's no purpose. You are not on somebody else's time schedule. You're not on somebody else's destiny. You got to understand that. And love being who you are. Love being your age. I appreciate being 50. Some of y'all cannot, you can't even enjoy this beautiful thing called life because you're too busy comparing yourself to other 50-year-olds, other 60-year-olds, other 70-year-olds, other 90-year-olds. A lot of your depression that you have is mental, and it's mental because you keep comparing yourself to other people. Who said you're supposed to be in certain positions? We just already said it's God that put up one and put down another. Praise the Lord, everybody. I know this was heavy. You can't hardly drive straight now. You would have never bought them drawers if you was being an individual. You would have never got that hot hairstyle for that big forehead if you were being an individual. You would have never moved in that neighborhood around them people if you were being an individual. You would have never stopped being a friend to him or her if you had been an individual. You would have still been with that man if you would have been an individual. You would have still had that woman. You would have still had that business. But no, you couldn't run your race in your business. You had to run everybody else's race. You competing with the person down the street. You don't know their parents supporting their business. You don't even have they send up. Send it for a reason. All right, got you, baby. If you're gonna listen, if you're gonna support Apostle Ely, this is what you're gonna get. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If I come on live, if I come and give my time, energy to this platform, I don't have time for that line. If you really trying to grow, you really trying to do real magic, you trying to have relationships, then have it. It's fine with me. But what you're not going to do is lie about it. What you're not going to do is pretend that you out here trying to do right by people, because you're not. You too busy competing to help anybody. And you're only going to do just enough to not to be talked about. You full of shit. And I don't care if you're a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, cousin. That's what your problem is. If you can't outdo, if you can't outshine, you rather not participate. And you don't care how it hurts the individual. That's just how selfish you are. Now burn that in your incense. Let me write this down. Like I said, if you universal, if you a lot of these people out here, they're breaking off from the elite because they too busy. They can't stay in the hive long enough because they're too busy competing. All of you guys that have been supporting my crowning, you gonna see. All of y'all done got graveyard work. All of you guys that done got service my website. Oh, you gonna see. I'm an individual. I can prove myself. I'm waiting on Mr. Al so I can get his consultation done. Then I got to get with my Gemini Karen O'Brien. Let's see, Natasha. Yeah, then Pastor Eden. No, baby, you don't want to do real magic. Do some real magic that actually gonna bring honor and glory to the ATRs. Thank you, Brother Johnny, for that love offer. Boy, do I need it on today. Oh, Brother Johnny, once I go through my once I start my 7 to 8 days, I'm gonna give you a call, or Minister Mario gonna give you a text or something, because I'm gonna need you to drive back and forth. So be on the lookout for that process, because I'm gonna need you in that capacity. I'm waiting on Darius. I got something I need to get done, but I need y'all to make sure I'm okay while I'm going through this. All right. But thank you so much, Brother John. What's up, love? Tara's in the house. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee that which is in the dark, bringing to light of my eyes, concerning Natasha, the Aquarius. Natasha, the Aquarius. Edidiosa. On this Tuesday, Natasha, the Aquarius. That which is in the dark, bringing to the light of my eyes. Concerning Natasha, the Aquarius. Edidiosa. Natasha, the Aquarius. What is it that this Aquarius needs to see? What is in the dark that this Aquarius needs to pay attention to? All right. All right. For my Aquarius, on Tuesday, on today, your shadow card comes up. Focus on dialing God. This has to do with communication with spirit. Focal point. Lamed Vav Vav. It says, using this name, I can activate direct dial to God. This means that you're actually getting in contact with your own energy. It said, I take this name, I dial, I connect. My truest prayers are answered at the speed of light. This is card talking about focusing on your energy, your divine energy, the kingdom within self, and this is going to be where your quickest manifestations are going to take place. But this is in shadow, so this is your focal point. Your true prayers, whatever's in your heart, that's the manifestation. Your middle card, what is presently going on right now, Natasha, is the power of prosperity. It says, Samet Aleph Lamed. It said, I acknowledge that the light of the Creator is the ultimate source of all prosperity and well-being. Look at that. With this name, I summon forth the power, the forces of prosperity and substance, and ask for the strength to keep my ego in check when the other checks start rolling in. This card right here is just saying, basically, stay out of the way of God's supply and supply and fulfilling certain things that was promised to you when it comes to resources. This card right here also talks about you're going to be able to see your way when it comes to your resources, because this has a lot to do with the light, Psalm 27, in your life, the way being lit. And then your outcome card, fear of God or reverence of God. I like this. It said, Delayed Mem Bet. It said, I am aware of divine sparks in every person. Their true essence is awakened in my heart. I become wiser in the ways of the world. I perceive the repercussion of my every word and deed. And I know that sharing acts towards others are always in my best interest. This card right here has to talk about your ability to discern. You're going to be able to see the divine in people, places, and things, and then you're going to, because of that ability, you're going to also benefit from that particular energy, that particular chi or vibration. So this is going into 2020, you're going to be able to perceive, and you're also going to benefit off of the things that you perceive. Yes, baby, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. I like it. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let me tell y'all something. Be encouraged in this respect. If you ever truly find yourself, you will find everything else. Until you find yourself, you're going to always be looking. Go within. People like me will resonate with you more the more that you go within yourself. Because the more you go within yourself, you're going to find God or Goddess. The more you go within yourself, you're going to find purpose. And then you're going to find, at that point, the need for these type of teachings. Right now, you may get a little inspiration. You may get a little touch, and you may get a little feel. But when you are actually operating in these concepts that I teach, this stuff means way more than gold or silver. Anybody that is truly practicing magic know that I am giving you guys some very, very solid and informative counsel for free. And to all of you guys that bless me anyhow and bless me anyway, you also, thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. Somebody sent me money for gas. Sometimes they send me money for food and stuff like that. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why I talk about it is because some people say, oh, don't say that. Then they'll start speaking again. Listen, you can't stop what God got from me. And I want people to know that it's more than one way for you to get blessed when you are here as a giver. All this talking about you not going to get. No, there's no such thing as a loss. If you give to God, God will give back to you. If you give to Spirit, Spirit will give back to you. You give to ancestor, they'll give back to you. If you give to a reacher, they'll give back to you. Law of reciprocity affects every last one of us. Show patience, you'll receive patience. All right? Much love to each and every one of you guys. Minister Mario, are we all clear? I'm trying to tell him. I tried to tell him, as my mother, Madam Oshun, would say. Let me tell y'all something. This is going to change. What I'm going through is going to change the trajectory of how I do a lot of things. And to all of you, and especially my family members that control, and my son Trey, let me tell y'all something. Whatever's going on with me, I really needed my children on Father's Day. And when I tell you my kids made a big difference to how I'm feeling right now, I was not feeling that great. And I know that many of you guys showed me love and different things, but my children mean a lot to me. I value them a lot. And the way that they showed me love that day really helping me get through some things and get to some things that I need to accomplish. And the amount of love that my eldest son showed and my middle boy showed to me yesterday, Father's Day, and many of you guys sent in, like, you may never know how much you impacted my life through this process. A lot of you guys have no idea, if you've never went through OCHA, if you've never had to help other people through OCHA, if you've never had to run a business and everything else going on, you have no idea how you guys have made this so possible. This has been a ride, but a worthy ride. And I want to say, if you have contributed, if you have prayed for me, if you have given towards me, if you have sacrificed in any way, shape, or form concerning my crowning of Medifune Oya, thank you so much. Thank you to the Cash App. Thank you for the love. Thank you for taking off your time and be a part of what I'm doing here. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope that I make y'all proud. Okay? God bless.